Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-Founded Podcast. My name is Ethan. I am joined, as always, by my esteemed in person today, live in the city. Matt, let's start with you. How are you on this esteemed day?
I'm doing incredible. Woke up at 3:45 to be here with you all.
Oh, wow.
And we're in person, everyone. We're in person. This is the
This is
new
the best day of my life.
We're gonna get used to it.
This
Next
is
to
AI,
each other.
not
We
in
usually are.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We should
yeah.
say this is just all.
We're in the metaverse.
That'd be a good product, like a virtual AI setup for
Yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah, that's Zuckerberg definitely didn't put like $3 billion into that idea.
It was.
We should call it like
20 billion.
metaverse
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
right. It's like, yeah, we should start a whole company around
yeah,
that
that
name.
sounds pretty cool.
Meta?
Interesting.
It's
Huh.
4 letters.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And what if you could wear these glasses where like I could turn and see you and then
yeah, no matter where we
be
are.
like you're there, like virtual meetings.
Gosh, is anyone doing that?
We're just coming up with ideas here. But yeah, I'm
we should
doing
do
great.
that.
Doing very good. Excited to be here with you guys. It's new.
So, yeah.
It's cool.
Lovely to hear, Matt. Josh, how are you?
I mean, I did not have to wake up at 3, so I feel
Sick.
well rested. Got good sleep. I went on a run yesterday. This
As
is
one
like
does.
this is gonna come across as bragging, but it feels good
Please,
for
I
me
wanted
because I've
to.
had a calf injury for like a year.
Humble brag.
I've not been able to run, which is
You
not
injured
the
your
brag
calf.
part.
Uh,
Playing basketball.
Oh, classic.
It was like calf tendonitis. So it's just like this really painful feeling like on the bottom, like near your Achilles. But I went to the doctor multiple times. There's nothing structurally wrong.
oh,
It was just like
This sounds
painful
annoying.
to run.
like on the back of your calf?
Back of my calf, like lower.
Ooh,
And it was like, so I couldn't run. So yesterday, I finally have been working my way back up and I went on a run, hit a 6:11 mile.
dude.
That's
I
better
think
than
I
my
feel-
personal record I set in 7th grade.
I feel good.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
I was
awesome.
almost back to my record. My record is like 5:40. So
540.
Humble
I
brag.
think my record was 640, but I was like 13. So that was like the nimblest I ever was.
yeah. So the backstory is what makes that maybe less braggy, but it felt really good.
No, that's
I
awesome.
felt
Under
very
6 is sick.
positive.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I was like, I can finally run without just being in deep pain.
I've tried to like running forever, and
Oh, I can't do it.
I hate running.
I have to have a purpose.
Yeah.
I wish I liked running. Like I wish
I
I
like
liked
running in
running.
short spurts. Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
like playing soccer, and then you just run 3 miles. But like I need to run with purpose, and unfortunately, like a loop back to my house is not purpose.
It just hurts all my joints in my legs. Like hurts my
I know.
shins, hurts my knees, hurts my ankles. So I just like don't love it. Although I do like running if I find a nice dirt path.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a
Pretty
little
much
easier
that.
on.
See, but I love the vibe of like, oh, I'm visiting this place. I'm gonna go for a mile run, and blah blah blah.
I love run culture. I want to be on Strava, just like tracing my
It's
path
just
everywhere. Like I
so
love
nice.
that
I
culture,
know.
but yeah, I can't.
So not quite it.
Yeah,
That's cool. Well, glad both of you doing great.
Hmm.
Congrats, Josh. You'll get under 6 in no time. I'm sure.
going for it.
that's a good goal to have.
Yeah.
It is good. Yeah. All right, we're going to just go down the wire here. Let's see what happens in person. We'll get off the rails very quickly because we're looking at each other. So it's bound to happen. We're going to start today. Polymarket sucks. Just going to say it out loud. It's not a hot take. Polymarket's a bad company doing bad things. There was a whole Wall Street Journal article about them faking a bunch of social stuff of like fake hits on bets or predictions. Can't say the bets word.
Yeah,
Just a bad, I don't even think it's available in the US. Should have looked more into this.
it's apparently it's not. Which I
Couch
didn't really know
but-
that.
Wait, they faked people winning?
Oh,
So-
yeah. So you didn't even
yeah.
hear this story. Yeah.
No.
So basically, they had a whole social media campaign and they faked
Hmm.
like videos of people winning like big, but it was just fake. And they're like using it in
Wow.
the US or whatever to like,
And
about
they-
switching
Messed
markets.
up.
Yeah, and they impersonated themselves. So Polymarket.com.
Yeah. It was POI.
It was POI.
Like if you look at
Why?
the URL, they like
It
spoofed
looks
themselves.
like
Flea market?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
But
made
just
a
to, like-
fake website just to fake winnings and fake things.
But it's just like
Allegedly.
everything about it is just,
Allegedly,
this is all alleged.
Wall Street Journal
But
reported.
that seems
Crazy.
pretty well sourced. But that, and then also like Kalshi out of here as well. Their marketing campaigns are terrible. They're like, I couldn't make rent, and then I bet on the weather, and now I can make rent. I thought sports betting was bad enough for a society as someone who loves sports. The prediction market thing has got it. It's got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've said
But
it
it
before. and
feels
I'll
like it's just
keep
the
saying it.
beginning. But that's
Yeah.
a block that I will stand
At what
tall.
point
It's
does
just
it
bad
become a
people.
public health crisis? Like,
sports
the,
betting already
like the
is.
opioid wars. Like, at what point are we like, this is just bad for
We
society?
have to be on our
We
way.
have to get rid of it.
But like, what path does it take? Because social media is like, I mean, I guess you could argue there's some net positive out of the entire arc, but like now it's mostly net negative, and you're just like, I don't know, like, how do you even judge where that ends up? This just
Yeah.
feels like, I mean, the insider trading, just the prediction markets are the fact that it's still some sort of legal loophole.
I
It's
mean,
just tough.
they just keep sprinting towards like government needing to step in for regulation. Like
Yeah.
they're
And they're
sprinting as
asking
fast
for
as they're asking for. But it's like
why? Like, you're being so aggressive. You're basically
Yeah.
begging the government to
Yeah.
come in and shut you down or like heavily regulate what we're doing. Where it's
Yeah.
like, where I feel like if you could just not be this crazy, it wouldn't be as big of a deal.
But I
just
even
don't
love
get
how
it.
like earlier this year they're like, oh, actually, it's policy now. We're not going to allow people to predict on assassinations happening. And it's like how is that not? Yeah.
And there was the whole
And it's like, how is that not a day one thing? Like,
Yeah,
let's not
that's
bet on wars.
crazy.
Let's not bet on like all these things.
Can we have
happening.
the tiniest bit of moral compass? There's
Yeah.
no moral compass. And the whole like
Yeah.
kind of viral one about Artemis 2 failing. Like, wait, hold on, you're betting that
Yeah.
a rocket
on a
that
disaster?
is sending humans to
Yeah.
space is gonna blow up? Like, what are
Whoa.
we doing?
It's just not cool. Because then it
It's annoying.
incentivizes manipulation and incentivizes bad actors.
It
and
incentivizes everything.
Yeah.
Like, well, and then the massive, like, there's very obvious, like, government insider trading going
Yeah.
on like raids or like when the U.S. will strike
massive.
Iran or like
Yeah.
whatever. Like, it's just so obvious.
Those ones are wild where it's like, oh, 3 million moved into some Polymarket
and
account
just-
like
and then
right
5
before
minutes
like
later,
a strike. Yeah.
I heard they did. I think they did arrest someone for connections.
Oh
to-
yeah,
Good.
there was some in the
Good.
military.
Yeah,
I-
someone in the military.
I just think that like people need purpose, and doing that stuff does not give you a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel any,
Dude,
even if you
yeah.
win, you don't feel like, oh, I accomplished something. It's just
No,
like you got
no.
lucky because you put on one
That's
side
like-
or the other.
Yeah.
And I really think that it just points to me to a lack of just available purpose, which kind of dovetails to all the AI marketing where it's like, oh, you're going to lose your job and be irrelevant. So then people are like, well, screw it.
Now
What's
I
the
have to
point?
predict on the weather.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my job
I
now
guess
is
the
to predict
high
whether it's going to be
The next logic.
68 or 70.
I love how the logical jump there is like not, oh, where else could I get a job or where else do I that's all this is. It's just like,
it's just,
I think I have to bet on the weather now.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess that's what
But
it is.
that's
life.
That's what's tough about the precedent that like all these like higher ups in AI or these big companies are like, oh, like half of white collar jobs or like half of this will be eliminated in 18 months. And like we've talked about before, it's like, first off, no, they won't. And two, it just feels like a dangerous precedent to try to introduce to like just humanity is the point.
Yeah.
So why are we losing sight
Here's
of it?
a thought, and like hopefully I don't get assassinated because apparently that happens now.
Well, you're not a
Um,
government official, so I think
yeah.
You talk poorly about
homicide.
AI companies, but do we not have standards in advertising? That is part, like the FTC or the
Yeah,
SEC
that's
or
kinda
whoever
what- yeah.
runs ads has standards.
You can't just put whatever you want on a
It
billboard.
should be
Yeah.
illegal to tell people you're going to lose your job because of this thing. So therefore, use this thing and pay for it, because that's literally what they're doing. They're like,
But is
"Oh,
it-
you're going to lose your
yeah.
job unless you learn how to use this thing. So buy it from me." That's illegal.
But it's like, is there a loophole there where it's not really an ad? Like they're not throwing that on a billboard. It's just quotes from a CEO, and that's
It still goes over multi-state airwaves, which would be
well, that's true.
covered by
But let's
the-
be honest, no one's enforcing that.
by somebody. Like, it just feels to me at this point like it is legitimately dangerous. I brought this up before, but like Sam Altman said that he thinks it's dangerous. I think it's all very dangerous. Like,
Totally agree.
because the average person who has an average job doesn't give a shit about any of this. But if you're constantly telling them that they're going to lose that job, which is like the backbone of their life, of course they're going to freak out.
Yeah.
And that should be not allowed unless you have like definitive evidence over a 10-year study that it's true. But that's not what's happening. They just made it
Yeah.
up. Do you think it's working? Do you
Yeah.
think people are scared? Like in
Absolutely.
general?
I think
did a
people are
talk-
scared in general. It doesn't lead to any action.
I
I
did
don't know.
I did a
but-
talk at San Jose for their for their like the city put on an event for AI. No one cared at all about the AI, like how it could be useful. The only thing people were cared about is like, oh, is it going to steal the information off my website? Is it going to take over my business? How do I make sure that it doesn't mess up my company? No one cared about using it. They only care
It was more protective or defensive.
protective, defensive.
And I think that's an interesting like turn in the conversation is now that you say that, it brings up a lot of different thoughts of everything is turning protective and defensive, not what can I go build. I'm talking about the regular.
Yeah, less
not
about
just like the
building and
techie
creating.
people, in San Francisco or, online or whatever. But it's like those people are trying to build whatever they're trying to build or do whatever they do. But like the general sentiment is like, yeah, how's it going to steal my stuff? Like, again, the whole with like mythos going down and the government stepping in or whatever, all that. It truly is like, yeah, how do I avoid it?
Yeah.
It being all of like that whole.
Well, the fear stuff is working for some reason instead of like the positive, I guess, like marketing or something.
yeah.
Like, what can you create? What can you
yourselves,
build?
like-
Like, the world is your oyster. Go build.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we live in America. Go create something for
Right.
yourself. The fear stuff is working. And I
Yeah.
will say, to play the other side too, the other side, I feel like of the argument, like the non-AI people are using fear as well. Like all the fear around data centers, all the fear
Yeah.
around that, like all
Yeah.
the marketing around that.
Oh,
Like,
man.
there's fear-based kind of ads, or not ads, but like marketing or talk or whatever on both sides, where it's like, fear this,
Yeah.
or like, okay, now for your data centers. So it's like you have to pick which one you're more scared of. It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
This gets existential, but fear is the most powerful emotion, followed very closely by hope. And I think it's so sad because we always just default to fear and we never move past it to hope. It's like every great marketing thing of all time has just been fear based. And like
Yeah.
you can go back and read like it's flair. You can read stuff from like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s using this exact same playbook. Semiconductors are going to make jobs irrelevant. The internet's going to make jobs irrelevant. Social media is going to make jobs irrelevant. Like
It's
they use the same
so
thing
over and over. Yeah.
I think this one's a little bit more. It's obviously moving faster because like the growth rates of these companies is faster than anything before. So it's happening faster, but it is the same cycle. It's like
Yeah.
they're just doing the same thing, but it just seems so detrimental to the average person
Agreed.
versus helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, seeing that fear and hope are so close to the spectrum, I fear so much that my Padres will never win a World Series, but I have so much hope that no wonder it's such a terrible combo. Maybe that's why I'm depressed all the time.
Yeah.
I do think that there is something to like, also, what do you dwell on too? Like you were saying, like do you focus on what you can actually do with it or
Yeah.
just the fear of it? You can focus on the fear of it until the end of your life, 40, 50 years, whatever. Like, that's fine. Or you could focus on like the hopeful aspect of it and like, what can you actually do with it?
Well, that's what I can't. Because I mean, look, everyone's different. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I get it. But it's so hard for like people that hyper focus on the fear of something, especially when like most fears don't come to fruition. I was like, that just seems like not the way that I want to live. Like, don't you want to choose the other side of it anyway? 'Cause I think a healthy fear stuff can be fine. But if like every day you wake up and you're just like, oh, in the quote of like half the jobs are being eliminated in the next year and a half, like rings through your head, it's like maybe we gotta reposition how we view life or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like,
And as a certified scaredy cat,
Mm,
I kind of get it. Like I tend to fall into like the headlines, but it comes from more of a place of like, oh, I don't want to miss out on like what's next. Like I want to know what's next so I don't get like left behind.
it's more
So
of a
like
FOMO. than
it's
it
more
is a-
FOMO.
yeah,
It's like, oh, this new thing came out. I need to like try, so I stay on top of my game and like stay
Mhm.
on top of that. So it's like this kind of, I guess what it comes down to is like a fear of getting left behind or like a fear of becoming irrelevant in my career or something if I don't like stay on top of everything.
Yeah.
I think that's more of what it is for me than like a fear of AI or a fear of stuff happening. It's kind of like personally, it's like, oh shoot, I want to stay on top of my game
Yeah.
and be like the best I can be at my role. So I need to like stay on top. But then that's not too healthy either, because it's just like
well, yeah, because like
that coming from fear isn't good.
and then that's also like how do you achieve that? Like, what's the achievement, I guess, too? So, like, that can grow into an unhealthy thing, too. But, like all things, as we say, it's just like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Find yourself somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Have a healthy balance of stuff. Just like, that's always the goal. But
Yeah.
the pendulum
Well,
swings
'cause
so
there's
wide
also
both ways.
a new fear every single day. So if you just
totally.
follow the fears of like, oh, I'm going to get left behind unless I do this, they're going to tell you a new thing that you have to do every day. Even with
Yeah.
the AI, it's like, oh, the models keep dropping so fast. Like you got to spend all day today getting yourself up to speed on Opus 4.8, 4.9, 5.0, 5.1. And it's like, okay, so then you're literally just spending all of your time trying to keep up with this thing. Then guess what? You do get left behind, but not because of the thing, because you stopped doing your job for 3 years. I think that's like that's the real like nefarious thing about it that I think is kind of gross. Because if you take that to its logical conclusion, then it's like, okay, well, all those people that spent all their time learning AI are now completely dependent on the AI.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to do anything else. They lost all their
That's the other
everything
bleak
else.
part, is just the lack of critical thinking, or lack
Yeah.
of like, I can't even respond to a message without like feeding it into ChatGPT or something. Like, well, that is
Yeah.
equally as bleak on a social level as pretty
So
much
the
any other
next
stuff.
the next
Yeah.
logical step for us then is to go on Polymarket and go
I'm saying.
all in on when the next model's coming out and how many people are going to be left behind in the job market.
Also,
Let's go
this
all
is
in.
very, very relevant and very bleak breaking news. Apparently, Meta is currently building a prediction market app to rival Polymarket and Kalshi,
No.
according to sources.
Don't love it.
It'll be a standalone offering ordered up by Zuck himself. So that's just some bleak.
Dude, they're going.
The point is, it's
rails.
going even more. But the thing is, like, you know, like Robinhood, like so many of these
True.
random apps have just spun up versions
Yeah,
of this. Like,
yeah.
I thought I heard that like Schwab or something was like spinning it up, like in a very limited sense. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, like, I mean, it just, to me, like, I feel like this loophole is pretty easy to shut down from like on a state level or a national level of like, oh, no sports betting, but this, which is the exact same thing. Like, we can just shut that
Yeah.
down too. It's just crazy that it works.
Also,
you know?
can we just talk about the rebrand from like gambling to prediction
Yeah,
markets?
I know. That's insane.
Dude,
Gambling.
predicting- dude, you know what I'm gonna predict is whether that
the
ball's
same
gonna
thing.
land on red or black.
Hey, have you
But-
guys
but it's
checked out
not-
the prediction markets?
Yes, no,
How
stop
are those
gambling.
performing? You mean you're just
Oh.
gambling?
How do you think my prediction's doing on like if I'm gonna hit 21 or not on this game? I'm
there's-
predicting.
Like there's a healthy little bit of stigma around like going to Vegas and gambling. Like it's a healthy stigma that's there because it's like you don't fall into the trap of gambling addiction stuff. But for some reason they've pivoted to like this prediction market where it's now an esteemed
yeah.
oh, it's a prediction market. So there's a
But that's, yeah, dude. It's
like,
just
no,
gambling in
you're
a
betting.
way, shape. Like, it is, like, it will become it probably already is a crisis, to be honest, between, you know, males between the age of whatever. Well, wasn't there a stat of like, there was a massive uptick in women between the ages of like 24 and 30 opening up like DraftKings accounts? And like,
Yeah.
and they like, DraftKings was like, oh yeah, look at that. We're like getting more balanced. But like, it was very obvious that it was just like guys, girlfriends, and wives, like,
Yeah.
or
Using all their
account
info to open an account.
like opening another
That's
account to get it.
dog.
And that is bleak as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like,
Damn.
yeah, we might already be in the bleak part, dude. It's just more bleak.
All right. Well,
That's super.
I have a lot of
ending.
Yeah.
I'm
But
going.
here's the
I'm
thing, though.
choosing hope.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of it, though, like, there's so much opportunity. There's always gonna be bleak things to talk about, and we can pivot and not end on such a bleak note before we get to our next topic. But you can do stuff. Like, the other side of this, like, you can build stuff now with AI. Like, you don't have to let fear control everything. Like, there's so much more opportunity.
Yep.
And I think what's more prevalent now than maybe the beginning of like social media or something like that is, like, the beginning of social media was sick too. Like, it was awesome. And then it kind of turned into whatever that's.
Yeah.
But like, the fact that we're already at year 10 of social media and year 1 or 2 of like AI, you know, being really relevant is just shrinking all that. So I feel like it's almost overshadowing the coolness, the opportunity,
Yeah.
product value, the stuff that you can do that you couldn't do before. You know, the fear stuff is kicked in way earlier than, let's say, it did with social media or whatnot. And so then you kind of miss it. But if you just like move that cloud out of the way, like, gosh, this stuff is
Well,
sick.
I
You
think
can
that
build whatever you
yeah,
want these
yeah.
days.
I think
and it
that's-
gets better every
yeah,
week. Literally.
that's why it hits so hard. I think and feels like hard because it should be something that's like, hey,
what a
entrepreneurial
tool.
spirit,
Yeah.
create
Yeah, like,
anything,
what a-
start a business,
yeah.
like you enables people to do so
Feels
much
like
more.
2010
Like
again, like,
you
you
feel
know.
like you can code, you feel like you can build things or run a business, but it's like it is this thing where it's like, yeah, are you going to choose the fear or are you going to choose the hope? And
Yeah, are you gonna live
hey,
on that half
guys,
or the cloud or the other
we'll
half?
start choosing hope.
Hey, let's choose hope.
Let's choose hope.
Choose
Hey.
hope.
Pound it.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's
Episode
already
title.
done. Okay. Yes. And
Choose
like
hope.ai.
to kind of
That's
dovetail it
that.
into like the side quests that we're
love
working
that.
on as co-founders again with our free time. We are just doing that. We're just being like, oh, we've always wanted to kind of build this app, but in the past it would have taken 3 months and cost a lot of money. Now you can spin it up with Claude or Codex or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just try it. Let's just do it, because even if nothing comes of it, we enjoy just working together. And now this part that used to be really not fun, which was like, oh, you designed it up, wait 6 months for someone to develop it, and they got to hand write the code, and that takes forever. We're just doing it.
Yeah.
And those are some of the things that I enjoy the most working on these days, because it's just fun when we can come together and be like, okay, Ethan design it up, man, build the interface, and then we'll just have Claude make it.
I know that's the thing. Like, I
sick.
can't imagine. Like, I'm already envious of like 20-year-olds at UCLA, because that's our alma mater.
Yeah.
At 20-year-olds at UCLA that just get to like build stuff. Like,
Yeah.
because what we would build in a summer, we could probably do in like less than a week. And now, of course, we have a lot more experience
4
than we did
hours.
then, and we all have careers and stuff. So like, we would be better now than we would be. But like, what a cool time to have that young hope entrepreneurial spirit, where you could just like throw 8 ideas onto a wall and just see if any of them stick.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to burn a summer on an idea that might not even work.
Yeah.
Like, you can just do a bunch, and then, you have no responsibility. So you just stay up all night, have fun, and do it. And that's great.
And that piece right there you said is the piece that everybody's missing. Stay up all night and have fun and do it. Like, instead of going on Polymarket and making predictions, you just build stuff. And even if it doesn't make you $1 million, I think that's the thing that's messed up about the prediction markets.
always
Is
look
like
for a massive
the whole
exit.
point is to make a ton of money. Whereas like building stuff, yes, like you have to have a job, like you have to make money. We still live in a capitalist world, and like everything has to be kind of aimed in that direction, where it's like, well, eventually if this works, somebody would pay for this product, or it would be ad supported or whatever. But just coming together with your buddies and building stuff. I made this joke, I think, on our last episode, but like the cure to male loneliness is B2B SaaS.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like, yeah.
maybe the cure to male loneliness is just vibe
Do
coding
stuff,
apps,
dude.
because
I don't know,
also
for fun, even if they don't fail. Like,
the prediction markets are so separating.
Well, and I
You
think
have
it's
to
just,
win, and
yeah,
someone else
it's
has to
just like
lose.
fleeting. And like, honestly, like even like sports betting, which California like don't do any because it's all illegal here still or whatever. The only times I've had fun sports betting with either somebody who has an account in another state or like whatever is like when all my friends are doing a bet on a game we're all watching together that we otherwise wouldn't care about, or it's like the Super Bowl with none of our teams, or like
March Madness bracket.
or like, hey, let's put $20 on
Social
this
aspect.
team being minus 3 or whatever at halftime, and then we kind of have something that we can get together and use. But like, I can't imagine just like the bleakness of like sitting on your phone and be like, will it hit 80 degrees today? You're like, yes or no. You're just like,
Winning alone.
we got to
losing
bring back the
alone.
community aspects of all this stuff, and that's what we're trying to do. Like building these. Like at the end of the day, it's like if every single thing we do fails, like it's not like we really want it to succeed. And like there's definitely like a whole portion of that where it's like, no, we wouldn't be doing this if we weren't almost competitive in the fact that we think we could build something cool and have it actually work and make money. But even if everything failed, at the end of the day, it's like it comes back to like our identity is not rooted in this stuff, and we just kind of want to hang out and talk and build stuff and just see.
Yeah. Well, but do you remember like whenever we're together, or I'm sure when a lot of people are hanging out together, it's like a lot of ideas. Like it's like ideas. But before kind of really AI, honestly, it's like they would just stay as ideas because it's like we have jobs, we don't have time,
or they would turn into bids.
we don't know, we don't want to deal with like compliance and all the stuff that comes with like starting something.
Yeah.
But then now it's like you actually can go idea to prototype. Like we had an idea for something like super simple, and Josh spun it up himself. like in
Yeah,
like
it's like a test,
you know,
and
just threw a
text
couple
it,
prompts and then
texted it
sent
to
it to us.
Yeah.
And it's like
Like,
that's so
literally.
cool just to be. It really does enable you if you have that spirit to like build and to like work with your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And then what's cool is like then you can focus on what like you're good at. Like you can just focus on the part that you're really good at, hone those skills more, and then just try things. I think it's really, really what's the word I'm looking for? Like enabling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enabling.
Yeah.
whatever.
It just removes a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff that was not fun before.
Yeah.
And now you can focus on the parts that are fun. And I had a thought based on what you're saying, Ethan, of like the just if nothing ever came of it. I almost feel like it's the reason why you're doing it is different because
Yeah.
like if the reason why you're doing it is because you like doing it, so making money means that you can continue to build. Like the money allows you to keep building stuff
Yeah.
versus I'm building stuff just to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
100%.
we've gotten
Yeah.
so locked into
Yeah.
this.
Not
Like,
just like, oh, just if,
Yeah.
or even just from like an investment level and everything, like everything is about making money. Everything is
Yeah.
like raising that round or like whatever. And those are difficult things to do. Like, don't get me wrong there.
Mm.
But if that is always the point, that it just feels so fleeting.
Yeah.
really, and just like, who wants to use a product where literally the person who made the product just made it so that you can give them money? Like,
Yeah, that's like, well, and that's where you lose
Well-
craft quality, like care, and like, and that's where I think some of the like the most influential head of products that I've listened to talks to is like when quality and care are at the forefront, like you actually care about what you're building. And again, it doesn't need to be your entire identity. Like people have stuff to live for outside of work, but it's like you can tell the difference between those products that have it and the ones that don't. And
Mhm.
it's just like, yeah, it's just like, can we all like just care about what you do, just like a little bit? You know?
You're talking about Interact, right? Like,
Oh, of course.
talking
100%
about
about Interact.
That's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, but going on a small little tangent, like based on what Ethan was talking about, the social aspect of betting.
Oh, yeah,
Do you guys remember like months ago, I was talking to you guys on, you probably won't even remember, but I had the idea for the social betting app.
Oh,
Where it's like you can bet
good.
again with your friend.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
could
yeah.
both put in like $5 or $10, and it would be sick to do it in like an iMessage, just like, hey, I bet you
You know what's
$5.
such an interesting idea? Open up a sports betting app, but you cannot place a bet unless someone else
That's
that
what
you're
I'm.
friends with makes it with you.
I-
You know why they
you're
will
welcome.
never build that feature? The ARPU is probably 10x if you give people
Yeah.
a loan.
My poo?
Average revenue per use.
Dude, but okay.
People spend more if they're alone.
No, yeah,
That's
that's
it. And that's the thing. And like, that's where
Messed
we're
up.
like,
yeah.
but that's such a good idea. It's like, you literally cannot place your $10 bet until one of your friends agrees to place it with you. Like that guy, I kind of love.
Dude, hear me out. Hear me out.
That's kind of
Okay, you know how they just released the iMessage API?
Yeah, which is actually really interesting.
Okay, so hear
Yeah.
me out. I have an idea where we build the iMessage like sport bets app, but it has to be via iMessage with a friend. So I could be like, hey Ethan,
Yeah.
I think US is gonna win their next World Cup game. And he's like, nah, they're not. And then we're like, there's maybe a money line or something, and we're like, okay, I'll bet you $10. So then we each do $10, go into a holding, and then it distributes to the winner via iMessage.
I love the idea of that. And then I love the idea of
Wait,
where
does
you-
iMessage have payments?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it has Apple Pay.
Yeah, it has Apple Pay. You can just.
I don't know if you can
ask
hook
for money.
into that, but I like love that idea so much.
Well, I love that idea on a personal level, like especially if you're like, let's say you're like playing golf or something, and you set up like a game.
Yeah,
So you just like
exactly.
you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also love the idea of, hey, I want to bet that the U.S. is going to win. You're a massive U.S. fan too.
yeah,
Join me in my bet that the U.S. is going to win.
Oh, that's
Whatever.
good
Like,
too,
going back to
yeah.
my idea earlier.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, I like the personal sports bet thing too. Like the
Yeah.
you go out golfing and be like, hey, I think I'm
yeah.
gonna-
So it just puts in a whole, you know, whatever.
you could be in a group message and
Yeah,
I'll put
yeah.
money into a pot and it just holds it and then distributes like after I don't know.
Yeah, there's something
Then
to be
as
said.
it's
That
in
sounds
the
like a lot of
pot,
work,
you can connect it to Claude, and Claude day trades it.
Well, yeah.
So Claude goes on Polymarket.
Yeah.
And trades it for you so you can get around them.
Well, there's a hold on the money for 48 hours of market trading.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can't distribute over the weekend. It has to be.
And you never know. You don't know if you're going to come back with none of the money or like double the money.
It just
Yeah.
always goes to zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just steals your money.
But I love that. I actually love that idea. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I feel like peer-to-peer betting has certainly been attempted many times and has never really taken off.
Yeah, it is a world I know nothing about, so this could very well already be a thing. And
It's
all of our
definitely-
listeners are like,
It's definitely
this is already a
illegal.
thing. I'm
Like, it's
sorry.
definitely illegal because they
Oh,
have to go
certainly
through
illegal,
so much
yeah.
compliance to get those betting apps.
Yeah.
And it's like ridiculous.
But I still,
Yeah.
I love the idea that you cannot place this bet unless a friend agrees to place it with you.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah.
the social aspect of that is,
Because I think we've kind of rebranded video games in that way, where
gosh, you're right.
it used to
Yeah.
be the person
It
sitting
used,
alone.
yeah, it used to be really sitting alone, and then
And
kind of over the pandemic, it really exploded. Obviously,
yeah.
but even before then,
Very social.
you pop out with your
Yeah, it's
friends.
very much become like
Yeah.
play with your buddies and
Yeah.
That was actually like that's the only time I've ever played. Actually,
Yeah.
it was post college. Probably it was the only
Yeah.
other people.
I played by myself the other night for the first time in a long time.
it's
It was
good.
very sad.
See,
I lasted a
yeah, that's
couple
the point.
games.
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
the thing.
yeah, you're like, yeah,
Because
it wasn't doing
it's just not fun unless you're
It's fun.
winning, and then
Yeah.
like if you're just winning, then it's like it kind of boring.
yeah,
Yeah.
agree.
Eh,
A lot of wow, what a really fun idea.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, it's good.
that was a good conversation through all that. To pop through to the next topic, Matt, I don't know if you're the latest here because I didn't read much into this, but Mid-Journey going into the medical space
Yeah, so
is ripe for disruption and being brought into
Yeah.
the modern world.
Mid Journey Medical, everyone. So Mid Journey, make fun images, make fun videos with AI, right? No. We make medical machines for medical scans now. I just think it's awesome. I think they're
Sense.
opening some like medical spas in San Francisco, and like I think they're gonna have those full body scanners and stuff. I've heard differing opinions, online. I mean, some people say like this is super sick, like great pivot to use their, because think about it, they have so much data on images and image generation and image quality, compression, and all this stuff. They're kind of ripe to be able to do that. I've also seen other takes where it's like breaking into the medical space is kind of like a no-no. Like, there's no way that this is going to work, like too expensive, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see, but I thought it was pretty interesting how a company that is like known as like image generation, creative, and people were making like silly images,
know, it's
right,
like-
with AI, and then it's like medical, and it's like a crazy pivot, but one I was personally like kind of excited about because I think it is time a big player gets into like medical devices game.
Yeah.
And I know there's tons of medical device companies that are
It's a
massive,
whole
but it's like
there, yeah.
big time technology using AI creatively and like kind of a startup-y vibe. I think it's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. Could be cool, could be a flop, but I thought it was a crazy pivot.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool that they're trying. We'll see if it works. The massage one that just went out of business. It was like
Oh.
a AI company that was trying to make like a massage machine.
Oh,
Went out of business. I'm like,
Was it like a robot?
yeah,
Oh,
if they can't do that. I'm kind of skeptical that they're gonna be able to do an MRI because it's like a lot more complicated than
Wow.
massage. I like the idea though. I think that more energy in that space is better.
Yeah.
Also, just like opening those things up at a lower cost. 'Cause
I
Right.
think that's kind of the big one because
Right.
I don't know too much about Mid-Journey like as a company or their founders or anything, but like I'm looking up some of their stuff around their announcement, and I just say like the language that they use or just like way they approach it. It was like today we're announcing something a little weird, a little crazy, but also spectacular and filled with hope. Going back to what we were talking about.
Oh,
It's not. It's not so. So Mid-Journey, is also on the hope train.
That's great.
It's not related to anything you see with us, but we feel an obligation as people standing on the frontier to look at the foundations of the human experience and ask, what do we want to be different? How do we want to be different? And what do we want to become? Which is, I think is all good.
Very hopeful.
Yeah.
I like
We must ask these questions, find new answers, tell stories. And so that's kind of, I guess, the onus behind Mid-Journey Medical. And it looks like we're kind of starting out with like a big, like CT machine
just a
or something like
scanner,
that.
right.
Yeah, as a scanner, the Mid-Journey scanner.
Yeah.
That's what it's talking about.
But
Yeah.
let me tell you why I think
It's really interesting.
yeah, that is really interesting. Let me tell you why I think it's going to work, at least for a short time,
Yeah.
is because how medical tourism became like super big, where people would book trips to like either South America or Asia and go to
Mhm.
like those full medical
Yeah.
spas where it was like
Yeah.
multiple floors of like every doctor you ever need to go to, like dermatologist, scan,
Mm-hmm.
blood test, and you would literally, it was cheaper to fly, or it is still cheaper
Yeah.
to fly to a foreign country,
Yeah.
go to one of these medical places that have all these like top of the
Medical
line
tourism.
machinery and stuff, and go
Mhm.
make your way up all the floors to get all the work done for the entire year that you need. in like one setting.
But part of that was also just regulations because they have different regulations.
Well,
You
that's-
Sure,
can't do that
sure,
in the
right,
US.
right. But I think there is this thing where people are craving this combination of technology and medicine, where it's
100%.
like,
Yeah.
where it's like, why can I not just yearly get a full body scan and know everything that's wrong with me before it happens? Like, which
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
far, far away from that. But saw this as like that's cool to make it readily available. That's not
Yeah.
through like only going to the hospital or doctor, your primary care physician and all this stuff. So I think it's cool.
I think it's awesome. I
Yeah.
just think that they're going to hit regulatory hurdles that are just
and expensive.
Yeah, I'm really well. Yeah, and
Ridiculous.
expenses, which I'll be curious to see. But like, I like the mission. I like what they're up to. Like,
Mhm.
actually, now that I'm reading a little bit more about the device itself, like it's all like basically underwater sensors to get an image of everything going on in your body, and like with enough sound wave or enough waves, enough angles, form an image of what's going on. Like, shouldn't take more than a minute. Like that's so like you basically get immersed into water and then back out. Like that's just really interesting from a medical.
that's yeah.
Jeez, get out of here.
It's a
Choking
mid-journey.
on your
It's a
coffee, yeah.
mid-journey doctor.
Yeah.
I need a
Someone-
mid-journey scanner
Someone
stat.
scan this guy.
Someone take me to the medical spa.
This is the
No, I just went down
yeah,
that
it's just
side.
like
that is cool.
it's so like gosh, what an interesting piece of technology.
It's interesting.
Uh,
I like
so,
stuff.
man, I hope they succeed. Big time.
I always like something that's completely out of left field and sounds crazy, because it's like,
Yeah.
dude, I love that people are just taking swings. Like that's
Yeah.
cool. Like I think it's really cool. Whether it will
Yeah.
succeed or not, no idea. But I love the idea of like, wow, we have this crazy technology, instead of being like, hey, let's keep making silly images with AI for people. It's like medical scanner. Like,
Yeah.
yes, dude,
Yeah, that is
that's
cool.
sick.
That's
yeah,
cool.
and the fact they dedicated a whole division of their business to it, they have really, really aggressive goals, which is deploying 50,000 of these around the world in the next 6 years and do 1 billion full body scans every month, which seems that doesn't
That's a
make sense.
lot.
That's like, so everyone on earth has to get scanned twice a year in order for that doesn't really add up to me. But point is, down for lots and lots of body scans. 1 billion is literally 1/7 of the world.
They must-
I think that's gonna
well,
happen,
they must
unless I'm
have-
missing something.
They must have numbers on how many CT
Oh
scans
wait,
get
I
done,
think it's
like
it's the sensors to do 1 billion scans. There might be 1 million just per scan.
I know it's thousands.
It's not one person.
I know it's
Amazing.
thousands of slices of an
Yeah,
image.
so I
per
think it's
scan.
yeah, that's the billion number, not the
Yeah.
people. I'm just stupid, but yeah, first location
yeah,
in San
yeah.
Francisco, open at the end of
It's cool.
2027.
It's-
Yeah, Mid Journey
Wow.
Spa. So hope you know, I'll be bullish. I'll go look up the other cases
I'll
around.
be a late adopter.
Yeah.
I'm down to
Be a late adopter
that's cool.
after.
So now we need
good.
some other AI company to
Turns-
just go into like.
after it turns
Great.
like the early adopters into cartoons by accident,
Yeah.
because it's just wild.
Oh.
It's just wild to create cartoon images.
Why is my
The first-
CT scan a
first-
Pixar
The
character?
first
Oh, that's
human,
sick,
it becomes Zelda.
Oh god, yeah.
Uh,
That'd be a fun little side. There's probably so many random side projects you can do with that scan.
But then if you take it to its logical conclusion, if it can do that, could it then reconstruct a new body for you? And then you can connect that
let's
to
not get into the
neural
list,
link,
yeah.
take your brain out, put it in the new one, and you're chilling.
oh my gosh!
too
Wait,
big.
this
Chilling,
is
dude.
just to make everyone live
Just
forever.
like the
isn't it?
like you go to the gas station,
Gosh,
go to the body station, get
dude,
yourself a new body. You're like,
That's
my brain's
crazy.
There's
tired.
been lots of horror films made about
Threw
this
out my
concept,
back.
for sure.
New body.
but I do think there is a need. Like, I always talk a lot about how, in my opinion, Tesla completely revolutionized like the car buying experience, to where it cuts dealers out, like
Mhm.
cuts that all, and it's all through an app. So you can literally tap a button to buy a car and then show up and just get the car for the price that it said the car was going to be at, which is revolutionary in the car game. I do think like medical wise, there needs to be that same disruption where like there should be an app that just has all my scans, all my blood tests, all my stuff, where I don't need to go log into my insurance company and see all this. Like, it's so hard to get info or know what's it, and then analyze. AI should be analyzing it in the background to give predictions on like what you can do to like fix your health or like be healthier, or like, I just think there is a lot of space to grow in that.
If it's trained on Reddit and WebMD, though, it will always tell you that you're gonna die like in the next 6 hours.
Because we have internet connectivity problems.
It would just come
that's
back
true.
and say, eat veggies, work out.
I mean, just like pretty much stuff, any critical thing for
Yeah.
I don't know, you know. And well, honestly, that was a pretty good run. I think we're at actually a pretty decent
Hey.
time. Don't really
Look at
have
that.
too much else on the agenda.
Pleasure being in person with you
Pleasure,
both.
pleasure being
It's a
in
pleasure.
That's nice.
See
you.
Thanks to all the
Universe.
thanks to all the co-founders out there for listening.
Co-founders.
Love you guys. Drop some
Co-founders.
reviews, share it with your friends. Hope to do more in person with you guys. Heck, maybe we'll record another one right after this.
Maybe we would just record
back to back to
Let's
back.
just keep going. Let's
Yeah,
keep
why
it
not?
going.
We'll just make up next.
It's amazing how great.
That is
We'll
the
predict
problem.
next week's news and then bet on it.
Oh, great
let's
game.
let's do the bleak half and the hope half, and
Yeah.
just see which one like wins just from like betting results.
I love that.
We'll lose all of it. We'll lose all our bets. We're both terrible at that stuff. Sorry, all of our predictions. No, they're not bets.
We don't
Nah,
bet.
they're not bets.
They're not bets.
Hey,
they're not
predictions.
bets.
Actually, they're
How dare you compare it to betting? It's
they're
not.
market allotments.
talking about?
okay?
Yeah. yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Well,
Cheers.
Cheers.